Hello, welcome to your first day of kindergarten reading. I'm your teacher, Mr. Marriott, and let's get started. So, we're going to read a story, but before I read it, I want to talk to you a little bit. You and I have names, right? And names tell who we are. Stories have names too. Their names are called titles. And the title of the story that we're going to read is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now, I know some of you may have heard this story already, and that's okay. We're going to read it again. Now, this story, for those of you that haven't heard it before, is about a girl named Goldilocks. And Goldilocks goes into a bear's home. And, well, while the bears are out, she goes into the home. And it's Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. And we'll have to see what happens. Now, do you think it's a good idea for Goldilocks to have gone into the bear's house? I don't think it was either. Let's see what happens. So this is Goldilocks and the Three Bears by James Marshall. I'm going to do my best to keep the book in view, so just stick with me. Once there was a little girl called Goldilocks. What a sweet child, said someone new in town. That's what you think, said a neighbor. One morning, Goldilocks' mother sent her to buy muffins in the next village. You must promise not to take the shortcut through the forest, she said. I've heard that bears live there. I promise, said Goldilocks. But to tell you the truth, Goldilocks was one of those naughty little girls who would do exactly as she pleased. So here's Mom telling her, don't go through the forest. And here's Goldilocks taking the shortcut through the forest. And some of the signs that are say around there says, danger, very risky, not a good idea, turn back, go the other way. Meanwhile, in a clearing deep inside the forest, in a charming house all their own, a family of brown bears was sitting down to breakfast. Here they are sitting down for some breakfast inside their house. Patooey! Cried the big old Papa Bear. This porridge is scalding. I've burned my tongue. I'm dying! Cried Baby Bear. Now really, said Mama Bear, who was the medium size. That's quite enough. Here are the bears sitting down. There we go. Sitting down. I know, said Papa Bear. Why don't we go for a spin while the porridge is cooling? Excellent, said Mama Bear. So they got on their rusty old bicycle, and off they went. Here they are going off on their bicycle. Only a few minutes later did Goldilocks arrive at the bear's house. She walked right in without even bothering to knock. On the dining room table were 3 inviting bowls of porridge. Don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, helping herself to the biggest bowl. And here we go. There's Goldilocks getting into the house. But the porridge in the biggest bowl was much too hot. Patooey! Cried Goldilocks, and then she spat it out. Next, she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. But that porridge was much too cold. So there we are. Here. There. On the top, that's Goldilocks trying the hot porridge. And on the bottom is Goldilocks trying the porridge that was too cold. Then Goldilocks tasted the porridge in the little bowl, and it was just right. Neither too hot nor too cold. In fact, she liked it so much that she gobbled it all up. There she is, gobbling it all up. Feeling full and satisfied, Goldilocks thought it would be great fun to have a look around. Right away, she noticed a lot of coarse brown fur everywhere. Whose fur do you think that is? That's right, I think it's the bear's too. They must have kittens, she said. In the parlor, there were 3 chairs. Don't mind if I do, she said, climbing into the biggest one, but the biggest chair was much too hard, and she just couldn't get comfortable. So here's the first picture, Goldilocks looking at the fur, and there's the second picture, Goldilocks sitting in the chair that's too hard. Next, she sat in the medium-sized chair, but the chair was much too soft, and she thought she might never get out. There she is, in the medium chair. Then Goldilocks sat in the little chair, and it was just right. Neither too hard nor too soft. Neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, she liked it so much that she rocked and rocked until the chair fell completely to pieces. There's a picture of Goldilocks rocking in the little chair until it falls to pieces. What a destructive little girl. Now, all that rocking left Goldilocks quite tuckered out. I could take a little snooze, she said, so she went to look for a comfy place to nap. Upstairs were 3 beds. I don't mind if I do, said Goldilocks, and she got into the biggest one. But the head of the biggest bed was much too high. So there's Goldilocks heading upstairs, and here's Goldilocks in the big bed. And just look at how high that bed seems to be. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed, but the head of the bed was much too low. Then Goldilocks tried the little bed. It was just right. Soon she was all nice and cozy and sound asleep. She did not hear the bears come home. So there's Goldilocks in the medium-sized bed. And here she is in the little bed. And it looks like that might be the room for Baby Bear. Not sure, but it looks like it. I don't think Mama or Papa Bear would have a room that would look that messy. The 3 bears were mighty hungry, but when they went in for breakfast, they could scarcely believe their eyes. Somebody's been eating my porridge, said Papa Bear. Somebody's been eating my porridge, said Mama Bear. Somebody's been eating my porridge, said Baby Bear, and eaten it all up. So here they are when they get home, looking at their porridge. In the parlor, the 3 bears were in for another little surprise. Someone has been sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear. Someone has been sitting in my chair, said Baby Bear, and broken it to smithereens. Here they are inspecting their chairs. They don't look too happy. The 3 bears went upstairs on tiptoe, not knowing what they would discover. And first, everything seemed fine. But then Papa Bear lay down on his big brass bed. Someone has been laying in my bed, he cried. And he was not amused. Look at Papa Bear. Does he look too happy to you? I don't think so. Urgh, cried Mama Bear. Someone has been laying in my bed. Look, cried Baby Bear. Someone's been laying in my bed and is still there. So there's Mama Bear looking or inspecting her bed. And here's Baby Bear, and he's saying, someone's still in my bed. Well, "Now see here," roared Papa Bear. Goldilocks woke up with a start, and her eyes nearly popped out of her head. Before the bears could demand a proper explanation, Goldilocks was out of bed and out the window and on her way home. "Who was that little girl?" asked Baby Bear. "I have no idea," said Mama Bear, "but I hope we never see her again." So here are the bears waking Goldilocks up, and over here is Goldilocks jumping out the window and going home. You know, if I was sleeping in bed and a bear woke me up, I think I might do the same thing. And the bears never did see Goldilocks again. And that's the end of our story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now, moving right along, I have a nursery rhyme for us to learn. All right. And here it is. It's called The Three Little Kittens. And I'm going to run my cursor across it so you can see it. It's called The Three Little Kittens. I'm sorry, I started off the story wrong. 3 little kittens lost their mittens and began to cry. "Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear that we have lost our mittens." "What? Lost your mittens, you naughty kittens? Then you shall have no pie." Meow, meow, meow. And that's the nursery rhyme, The Three Little Kittens. Let's read it again, and this time I would love for you to read it with me. Okay? So the title is The Three Little Kittens. 3 little kittens lost their mittens and began to cry. "Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear that we have lost our mittens." "What? Lost your mittens, you naughty kittens? Then you shall have no pie." Meow, meow, meow. All right, let's read it one more time. 3 little kittens lost their mittens and began to cry. "Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear that we have lost our mittens." "What? Lost your mittens, you naughty," and what does it say? "Kittens. Then you shall have no pie." Meow, meow, meow. Great job today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.